This conference will now be recorded.
Any additions or corrections or comments regarding that? Evidently, there wasn't enough membership available for a quorum, so we're approving those minutes at this month's meeting. I'll make a motion, we approve the January 20th meeting minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Sarah. All in favor, say aye. I am yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Lindsay?
Abstain.
Tina?
Yes.
Motion's passed. Now we need to approve the minutes from the last meeting, which was Wednesday, January 17th. Any comments, corrections? If not, is there a
I'll make a
motion?
motion to approve the minutes.
Motion's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed or nay? I will abstain. Sarah? Oh, shit. We don't have-
Abstain.
Aye.
Lindsay?
Tina, oh, sorry, Lindsay,
Aye.
that was you.
That's okay.
Tina?
Aye.
Aye. Is that,
So we don't have enough, so it's 2 ayes, 2 abstentions. So I think it would have to be then tabled for next month.
okay. All right, do we need to make any formal,
Probably just a motion to, or I don't even know if it needs a motion, but, or
Okay.
just to table it until next month until we can get enough members to review and approve the minutes.
all right, due to 2 abstentions and 2 ayes, there's not enough to pass this, so I'll make an executive decision that we'll table the approval of the February 17th minutes until the April meeting. Monthly financial report.
The February disbursements, you'll see under column J, include the portion to CETA for professional services. And then the endowment or the gift to Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation for $1,250. Then for Taft, Stettinius, and Hollister, that's for administering and setting up the legal documents for the TIF for the apartment building, for a total of $9,457.12. Are there any questions about the financial sheet this month?
Hi, Ryan, this is Tina. I have a question. Is it normal for the EDA to have to pay to have the TIF done? I mean, I guess we can ask Brian, but
Yep, we'll get the answer from
Kim?
Kim.
Sounds good, thanks.
Yes. We also did inquire about the electricity. So what electricity is the EDA paying for? And that's for the lighting for the bridge.
Signs.
Oh, sorry, the signs on Highway 52. So the EDA pays for the electricity to light those signs along 52.
All right, so yeah, it's normal to be paid from EDA, and then we recoup that with admin fees over the time period. And so that'll be put back into EDA.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Yep. Thank you, Kim.
Any other questions? Now, do we have a motion to approve the financial report?
I'll make that motion. This is Tina.
I'll second. Lindsay.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Me, I will say aye. Sarah?
Aye.
Lindsay,
Aye.
Tina.
Aye.
Motion passed. Public hearings, none. Visitors to the board, Mr. Ziegler, are you there?
I am here.
There you are.
Yeah. I don't have anything for the board at this time. I'm just listening in and answering any questions on the transition if there are any that do come forward.
Okay. I guess we're going to introduce Dylan later, so we'll move on to that. All right, under old business, the Blandon Foundation, any updates on that, Tina?
I think Ryan was reaching out, so he might have some updates.
Yes, I have approximately 8 individuals at this time who have said that they would be interested. And it's across all categories, but we still need quite a few more in order to get the amount of numbers for a cohort to send to the Blandon Foundation.
Ryan, does that 8 include city staff?
Yes.
Oh.
City staff, members of council, members of various boards and committees, to include from include the Planning and Zoning Commission. I've not heard anything from the park board or from the library board.
And I know the last time we went, there was several representatives from the school as well. So I didn't know if you reached out to them or not.
Yes, I reached out to Jen and Mike Harvey.
Hey, Brian, can you give me the list?
Yes.
Of people, and I'll just reach out to the school board members individually too.
Thank you. I'll get that to you. Approximately 30.
Wow.
We don't need 30 from our community.
Okay. Do you remember if it's 20 something then, or I think 30 and
I think that there's room for 30 and they usually take more than one community.
okay. I will double check that requirement then.
Okay, and then I'm fairly sure that the application is due soon. Is that correct? Do you recall?
I believe it's in April.
Yeah.
Which is next month,
Yes.
That's for 2022, right?
2022 or 2023. I think they had to move them out. Is that,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on, old business B, the ZM EDA collaboration. I don't have anything to add at this point, but we're getting close to the end of the school year, and I will talk to Michelle Jench, the business teacher at school again, just see if this is something that we can possibly set up for next fall, or if we need to wait out a year. It's been, this whole COVID thing has thrown everything kind of in a loop, but at least, you know, she seemed to be interested at the point. All right, new business, the 2021 work plan. Do we need to have any, this was approved last month, right?
Yes, and we'll have it on here since we're transitioning personnel. Dylan had the option to either take it as is, or if he wanted to update anything that he saw as he saw fit. So he's had this option. Dylan?
Yeah, and I chose to adopt what Ryan had put together. I went through it earlier this week or just a couple of days ago, and I thought it was a good framework for things. And, you know, he reassured me that I wanted to adjust something in the future that could be done as well.
Sure.
But getting started with that and seeing some things to fruition would be a good start because things pop up too.
Yeah.
You know, but yes, adopted it.
So we're good to go at this point, and if you see anything coming up down the course of the year, we don't have to wait for a whole year to address it.
Right.
Okay. All right, good. Number 10, reports, introduction of our new CETA associate. Dylan, I guess I'll let any of you 4 people talk. I just met you this morning, so.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I've met some people in this room and on the call so far, but my name is Dylan. I'm going to be the new Director of Community Development for the city. A little bit about me is past 8 years, I've been doing real estate, past 4 as a real estate broker up in the Twin Cities Metro, which is also where I'm from, and I recently transplanted from. Now a member of the community here in Zumbrota as well. Additional to that, I have a couple degrees in bachelor's in business and a master's of business, and worked in both the public and private sector within my career, and all that's led me to here. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to not only be here for work, but be here, part of the community as well. So any other questions, feel free to ask.
Any questions for Dylan, members?
Nope, welcome aboard.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome. Could you stand up? I can't see you.
Yeah, I picked the
Sorry,
wrong.
it's like this head or just a head, top of your head voice. Hi. Nice to see you.
Yeah, everybody wants to see the face. Yeah.
So I recognize you when you're on the street. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be, right?
Yeah.
Running the streets. So.
Out and about today, seeing some businesses. So if you see me out there, this is what I look like.
Well, good. Well, like everybody has said, welcome, and we're looking forward to working with you. And if there's anything that any of us members can help you with, feel free to reach out. And I know Ryan has got all of our contact information, but let us know if there's anything we can help to make the transition easy. And I'd like to also at this point wish Ryan well, and we appreciate everything that you've done the time you've been here, and we're sorry to see you go, but we understand that you've got other bigger things to move on to. So good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good luck. All right. Update on the ZM Apartments.
Yes, the apartment building is progressing along. Staff have reviewed the civil site plans, especially for the engineering. So far, they've satisfied most all of the requirements that we have for them. And that'll go before the city council for the civil site plan approval tomorrow night. There are a few items that don't fit nicely within the zoning ordinances, but it's zoned as a PUD, a planned unit development, that will be able to capture and get into an agreement and address through the planned unit development process. For example, the number of parking spaces, and making that the alleyway from what is currently a two-way right now, making it into a one-way to help with traffic. So the planning and zoning will be addressing those items. And I believe last Friday, the project went out for bid. So once the civil site plans are formally accepted by the city council, then we should be getting structural plans for relatively soon.
Have they anticipated any date for breaking ground or not yet?
In about they thought in a couple of weeks, if not a month or so, but they are open to having a PR moment, having some press, and having some of the council members or the mayor there for the formal groundbreaking.
Okay. That's good. Well, it's exciting, and it's going to be certainly a great addition to the community. And I thought I read somewhere in here too that you said that the gentlemen are interested in possibly more.
Yes. So they have reached out to me for other areas in town that can be that would be open for additional projects, especially multifamily. So we've been searching through like aerials and the GIS, collecting contact information and sites for potential other locations for other projects. And so they very much want to continue building in Zumbrota.
Good. Have they had anybody, are they given any indication as far as the amount of interest that's been shown?
They don't believe they've given me exact numbers yet, but they have received a few contacts from people who are interested in renting out units. So I don't have anything quantitative. They're very much their qualitative estimates
Sure.
that they're seeing a great deal of interest in this.
They said they had a call from someone living in Colorado right now that wants to come back this way. And they requested a certain location even in the building.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
As well, when I first moved into town and over the past week or so, I've spoken with a few different members and each one of them was aware of it, wanted to know about it and said that they knew someone interested. So I've been telling people that just things I've heard as well. And that's people in town here. And when I was first looking for housing, I was in Pine Island and I spoke with the owner of an apartment complex over there and she has her eyes on it too because she knows people that are interested in Zumbrota, but check out her place in Pine Island. So it seems like there's interest, you know.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine that there isn't, but well, it'd be fun to see it get started. It's been a long process,
Yes.
number of years. Anything else regarding the apartment building? If not, anything else for the good of the group? Any comments, Ryan?
I do have one. There was one item that we took off the agenda because we didn't receive the application paperwork yet. So we are expecting a business to, within the next few weeks, hopefully get in the paperwork for the application for an abatement. That's for a new auto detailing center, which will bring in, I believe we'll bring in a number of jobs as well. And so once we receive that paperwork, we'll be reaching out to EDA members if there's anybody who'd like to review the paperwork. So that way, if there's any negotiations that need to take place, that can be done.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't add that on my list, so when you brought it up.
No.
So anything else on that or?
Nope, we'll be waiting for that paperwork.
Mr. Chair, if I could jump in for a couple things.
Sure, go ahead, Ron.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you for your continued support of our organization. Transitions are never easy. Dylan will be doing things a little different than Ryan, I'm sure. They will have different ways to do things, and we just appreciate your support through this. I do think that I'm very pleased, and I'm very proud though of the work that Ryan has done and what he's going to be doing. I'm very excited to have Dylan join our team, and I do think that this is one of the strengths of CETA is the ability to fill a vacancy as quickly as we did with as professional of a person as we have. And it is something that, you know, if Dylan didn't come along, we would have, you know, just filled in Ryan's position with some of the staff that we currently have. But the relationship is great and I look forward to it continuing. The second thing that I would like to bring up, and I might be stealing some of the mayor's or Brian's thunder, maybe at a council meeting, but all of you have been hearing about this $1.9 trillion bill that just recently got signed. There's going to be a lot of money floating around. And, you know, in each community, in each county, there are going to be decisions that are going to have to be made as to the utilization of those dollars. There was a conference call webinar yesterday through the League of Minnesota Cities, and it does appear that these dollars are going to be fairly flexible. So I think this is a great opportunity, especially for a community like ours, to look at different things. You know, it could be the possibility of utilization of some of these dollars for, you know, maybe a regional wastewater treatment plant, who knows? But there are expectations as well that a public infrastructure bill is going to be following this bill fairly soon. But I just wanted to throw this out there because I do the staffing for Goodhue County EDA, and the county's going to have a lot of money as well. I think it's like $8 to $9 million with half of the payments coming up front and the other half comes in a year. And I think that's the same way that's going to happen at the city. But, you know, we need to start thinking outside the box as to the best ways to utilize these dollars. Goodhue County, for one, is probably the county that I'm aware of that put the most money back into their business community. They took the majority of their funds and dedicated it to businesses within our county. And I think it's a great thing. And so now we'll have to figure out if that's the method that we go again. Do we need to do more dialing down of each business owner's requests and some of this kind of stuff? But there's nothing to do at this point other than to start thinking. And I don't think any idea is out of line. We haven't heard that anything could go into like housing infrastructure or anything like that, but I do think those questions will come forward as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Sure.
Thanks for that, Ron. Yeah, that was, we had spoken to Scott Arneson last week, and he gave us a heads up that there were some dollars coming, substantial dollars coming. It looks like we are going to get about 400,000 in Zumbrota. But also exciting, like Ron said, the county is looking, he gave us a heads up on a few programs that they were looking at that would give back to the area communities. And some of that may have to do with, well, he had even mentioned maybe some of the money can be used to buy some land or mitigate some difficult land that hasn't been able to be built on because of that. Right. To encourage someone to come into town and build, I mentioned a daycare facility, something like that. So yeah, staff has already started thinking about, what we might be able to do with it, but it's real up in the air right now. I was on the same webinar, Ron, and it sounded to me like there wasn't many answers yet as far as we have to wait for the reserve to give the direction on how the money can be spent. But Scott Arneson said that he's looking at it that is pretty flexible. So it's going to be a good thing for the local economy for sure.
So it's potential that we could use some of that as we're looking for money to expand for industrial parks?
Possibly. Who knows? It's kind of all up in the air right now. Yeah. It's kind of an unknown. Yeah. But that was one of the things that was mentioned. I don't know, if that's a county program that they were looking at that may not be approved. Who knows? Ron, I'm assuming you're going to administer or CETA will administer their dollars the way you did last time.
We haven't come to any agreement yet, but I would sure hope so. The other thing I guess I would just throw out that, all of these dollars coming are coming at a very interesting time. In Zumbrota, you have a major project that you were very successful in getting some funding, and that's Jefferson Drive. Well, right now, interest rates are so low. I don't know what Zumbrota's bond rating is or anything, or what you could get in the open market, but I'm guessing it might be under 2%. So you take a look at projects, and it's almost like they give you money to utilize money. I mean, at 1.9% is just such a ridiculously low rate. And there again, when you think about projects going forward, yes, construction costs are up for new housing, but at any time, the rates for construction right now are probably never going to go down. So if you have, major community projects that you're looking at doing, there's probably never going to be a time to get lower interest rates, nor a time to get lower project costs. So again, I just commend you for thinking about all these things outside the box. And I think, as a resident of Zumbrota, now's the time to look at these projects and see if there's feasibility in moving them forward and what the costs would be and the effect on our taxes and those kinds of things. But I'm not here saying that you shouldn't utilize the funds, and I'm not here saying that you should utilize the funds, but I think it'd be an interesting analysis. And I'm glad, Brian's there to help with this analysis and his background and stuff. And it's just going to be wonderful times. I mean, it's most communities when we've done this, and I've been around for pushing 30 years now, we're always trying to figure out a way to get money. And if we can afford to do a project and, interest rates 4, 5, 6, 7%. And now you take a look at, we're kind of completely the exact opposite, where there's money flowing and even in the private sector, there's so many things that are going on right now for special projects. I mean, who would have thought that a 57 unit apartment complex would go up in Zumbrota, and all of this was negotiated through the worst pandemic that's been around in 100 years. And people are willing to invest, and that's just a great thing. And the more that we can facilitate that, I think we're all going to be better off. That's my soapbox speech.
Well said. Well said.
Good one, thank you.
All right, is Danny on the phone or on?
I think she may be on her phone. Oh, morning, Danny.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. I saw you come on eventually, but I still haven't met you, but hopefully next month we can meet.
Yes.
All right. If
Hey,
there's
Rich, since Danny's on, can we pass those minutes? Would
She was
we?
here last month.
Yep.
Yeah, we can. We're going to go back, Danny, as long as you've joined us. We, number 4 on the agenda, we were trying to approve the minutes from February 17th, and we didn't have enough people that had attended that meeting in attendance today. But now with you on, we do have that. So we, is that okay with you if we want to go ahead and try to approve that?
Yes.
Okay, so going back to number 4 group, do we have a motion to approve the minutes from February 17th?
I'll make the motion. This is Tina.
Do we have a second?
I'll second. Lindsay.
All right, all in favor, say aye, or opposed, or abstain. I will abstain. Sarah?
Abstain.
Lindsay?
Yes. Or approve.
Tina?
Aye.
And Danny?
Aye.
All right, motion's approved. So we got that taken care of. Thank you. Good point, Tina.
Thank you.
If there is nothing else, we will adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thank you. You were saying, talking yesterday that